The stream is horrible because I have a very expensive habit of buying seeds that I'm not going to apologize for. I'm not. Pieces. What happened? What happened? What happened? I put the face of the head, this part, on the ground and dragged it in this horrible sand, and I destroyed it. So all of the little tiny holes have little tiny pieces of sand in them, and so my stream is horrible. So I'm going to work on fixing that. Okay, so I have a little thingy with a bunch of different attachments, or it's kind of like a pocket knife. It has a bunch of little, I don't know what else to call it, but attachments, but a little screwdriver on it. Put the face of the head, this part, on the ground and dragged it in this horrible sand, and I destroyed it. So all of the little tiny holes have little tiny pieces of sand in them, and so my stream is horrible. So I'm going to work on fixing that. Okay, so I have a little thingy with a bunch of different attachments, or it's kind of like a pocket knife. It has a bunch of little, I don't know what else to call it, but attachments, but a little screwdriver on it. This little screw in the center, I'm going to take the screw out and see if I can clean it out on the inside. All the little pebbles and sand, grit, whatever is stuck in the little holes. I'll put it close up to see if it shows up on the camera. It may not, but I'll try. We'll see. Okay. Oh, okay. I came out here to fertilize my plants, and I wanted to spend time doing that. I was watching or catching up on some videos, gardening channels, which I love to watch on YouTube, when I started watering, and I realized, you know what, I need to clean this because it's new this year. I've done this before and destroyed the head, but it wasn't worth um, fixing it. But this time I'm gonna try to fix it. Let's see. I'll dry it off so you could see it better, because I can't even see it wet like this. Cut to when this is done. We want this to be a short video. Okay. If you can see the light going through, there's a lot of spots where it's not going through. There should be a lot of holes here and around here, and that is primarily the area that is blocked with sand. So I don't know if you can see the light going through on video here, but that's what I'm going to clean out. So I have my trusty pin cushion. Isn't that cute? My mom made it for me. It's stained, but it's still cute. I'm going to use a pin, and I'm going to take the pin and stick every little tiny little hole. Yeah, it's working so far. I'm going to go in order. Just wanted to give a little close-up of what I'm doing. Okay, so this one here is white. So it's probably a piece of little pebble or something. And okay, so it's gone. But it's nothing falling into my hand because of this part in the back. And I can hear things rattling in there. So I may have to take some water, try to rinse it out afterward. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to keep working at this and come back and show you the end result. Oh, look at a butterfly. Oh, I love butterflies. Hey, hey, Monarch. I love to see butterflies in the garden. It came right past me. I didn't, when did you guys tell me it was there? Oh, it'll be back. Okay, I'm going to work on this. Oh, shoot, I forgot about this part. I dropped it. This is very important. See, I would have been going crazy looking for it. This is like a little ball and spring that allows these little notches in here. It rests in the notches in here as you turn it and keeps it in that position. Without it, it just spins and spins and spins. So it allows you to change the settings for the different sprays. I'm so glad I found it because I dropped it before and I couldn't find it because I started doing this off camera and said, you know what, this might be helpful to somebody. It's not the first time I've done it, so I'm sure there are other people who've done it too. So if you've got a spray nozzle that's not working well because you dragged it on the dirt and there's like all the holes are clogged, take it apart when you have time and you're, just lazing about because it's tedious work pushing the um pushing through these little holes. But hopefully it works. Because I'm concerned that I may not be able to get the holes completely out. I'm hearing chickens in the background. Completely out of here. I'm hearing noises and I'm believing it's the chickens. It better be the chickens. I spent a little time this morning in the chicken coop again, cleaning and organizing the run. Well, not really cleaning, but just kind of moving the dirt around, making sure there's no other critters in there. Nothing. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any new holes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please just go back to the last video before this one where I'm sitting down explaining the embarrassing things that we're embarrassed about that we really shouldn't be embarrassed about. But the critter that I found in the coop, in the chicken coop, I may seem a little blah, but I'm not really tired. But I did work last night, so I'm not very animated this morning. I'm just trying to get stuff done. Oh, bees. Oh, not bee. That was a beetle. The things in the garden that surround us all the time, you know. I kind of feel bad for people that are afraid, so afraid that they don't even bother to come out. They're missing out on so much in the garden space. Flies. I mean, I don't like it, but thankfully I'm not afraid of them to the point where it keeps me in the house. Of course, there are things I'm afraid of. I'm not invincible. I used to be able to say that I've never been stung by a bee. Um, I honestly don't know what I was stung by. I think it would have been a bumblebee because I usually see more bumblebees than honeybees and more yellow jackets than any other type of bee. Every once in a while, I'll see a honeybee. It's very rare. But before we did the renovation, I considered getting a beehive through a program that they actually have here in New York where they will partner with you and manage the beehives on your roof or I think anywhere in your yard, but what I'm recalling is the rooftop because I had a flat roof or a very semi-flat. It was, before, but now we don't have a flat roof anymore, so that wouldn't be the case, but at least on the rooftop, but I might still consider it. I really do want bees. I just, I'm a little nervous about it because of neighbors, the proximity to other people. I don't have a field, you know. Um, I don't know what I would do if they swarmed, that kind of thing. But I learned a very interesting fact last year when I was on a trip with a family member. We went to Abu Dhabi, and I have a family member that's there. But we learned that our grandfather used to um, raise bees, honeybees. I had no idea. It was the most interesting thing, and like that was his business. I never knew that. But it's so interesting how things just come full circle and you don't even know. People always ask me all the time, where do I get this love of gardening from? Because neither of my parents were gardeners. None of my family that I know of until recently, when I learned about my grandfather, had a farm or even a backyard garden. None of the family members that I grew up around or visited often had any of that. But now I guess I can say I got it from my grandfather. I think he did have garden plants and things like that, but his business was honeybees. Yeah, so it's just interesting. Okay, I'm gonna keep working. We'll chat again later. Oh, this one went all the way through. Okay, maybe I need to be pushing more. It went down. Okay, okay. All right, so before I pause, I noticed that I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'm gonna see. Let's see. What can you see? Okay, so in here, the black is the depth of this dial, I believe, because it looks that way over in all of these, that it's as deep as where you see the white part. I don't know if you can tell with my hand there, but there's a white disc inside, and the black head, this thing, I don't know what it's called, looks like it's about this deep. So that was my concern before, that I'm pushing it, but is it really going all the way through? I just tried pushing a little bit harder and the needle went all the way in. So I'm gonna go back and go all the way down for the rest of them. And then we'll test it. I'll tap it and bang it and all that and see if anything comes out. And then we'll see if it works properly. Okay, so I have finished poking through all the little tiny holes, and now I can see the light coming through most of them, or pretty much all of them. I don't think that anything is in here. I don't hear much little dust or anything rattling around, but these things are so tiny I might not be able to see that. But can you see the light shining through? I wonder if you can. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, you can. So I pretty much cleared all the holes. So let's put it back together and see how it works. All right. Now, could I buy another one of these? Absolutely, I could. Do I want to? No, because they're a little pricey, and I'd rather spend the money on other plant related, garden related things as I need them than this. I mean, this was actually not I don't remember how much it was, but it's not horribly priced. At Costco, a pack of 3 different sprayers. One I keep at the community garden, and this is the other one. Um, and I always buy these, but they don't last more than 2 or 3 seasons if you don't take care of them. That means if you don't put them in over the uh, what do you call it, winter season, if you don't put them away, they could crack on you, because if water is in the body of it, and as we know, water will swell as it freezes, and that could crack the plastic. It can crack the metal pipes, so why can't it crack plastic? So no matter how heavy duty and hardcore these things are, they can break. But anyway, I have definitely left many of these out for the winter and had to buy new ones. That's why I had to buy this new one this year. But I'm gonna try to be a little bit more responsible so that I don't waste the money. Because I mean, I have a very expensive habit of buying seeds that I'm not going to apologize for. I'm not. So, not having to buy a new one of these means I can buy more seeds. Oh my God, Michelle, you're so silly. Okay, I'm going to put it back together. This is always the hard part. I'm getting wet. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see what it does. I have it in the shower mode that I like best. Woo! I did it! Oh my gosh. This one was never a problem. That one wasn't really a problem. Oh, this one was a problem. Look at that. Much better. The mist was even a problem. And now it almost works too well. Wow, I'm so pleased. I fixed it. All right, the stream is horrible. I'm going to take another look to see if any of those pieces. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened, Cinnamon? Something come after you? Sometimes these chickens act like somebody's trying to kill them. I guess she got spooked. Yeah, I do see some spots where the little pebbles filled back in. So I have to figure out how to get it out of the thing altogether. I don't know. But for now, it's better than it was. So I'm fine with it how it is now. Maybe over time they'll um get smaller and blow out altogether. I don't know. I mean, isn't that how water created the Grand Canyon or something like that? Oh Lord. Anyway, so done with this task. Let's move on to fertilizing.